because of how real the battle of self is in the life of the believer. There are protocols that were initiated in order to rid him that we follow Jesus, in order to set him free from the impact of self. And that part is not a rosy part. It's a part laden with all kinds of difficult protocols. In the book of Exodus, chapter 13 and in verse 17, we saw that when Pharaoh finally allowed the children of Israel to go, the Bible said God thought to himself that he would have led them through the way of the Philistines. But he will not, because if these people see war, they will turn back to Egypt. So he led them through the pathway of the wilderness. This revealed to us the two pathways through which self is dealt with. One is through warfare. The second is through the wilderness. Either way, either route that you are taking through is to arrive at a place called brokenness. If you go through warfare, it's to bring you to the point of brokenness. If you go through the wilderness experience, it's to bring you to that point called brokenness. He said, but God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went. Warfare is real, and it is not necessarily designed to consume the believer. The protocol of life is wiggled with warfare. Battles are major integers in the game of life, but they were never designed to consume the believer. Both believers and unbelievers go through warfare, but for the unbeliever, battles, life is all about survivor. It is survivor of the fittest. But for the believer, life is about struggle to attain truth. It's a struggle to apprehend truth, to live out truth. But all of that is to bring you to a point where you see the futility of self, and then all the praises to him that dwell in ultimate fire. Are you with me? If you are here, shout amen. Battles are part and parcel of everyday life experience, but for the believer, it was never designed to consume you. It is designed to bring you to that point where you will realize who you are in him. It is the route to power, because by design, God knows and allow you to go through certain experiences so that ultimately he will be wired into you. He will be walked into you like the rivers. Hope you know, anything you conquer as a man, you have the ability to show men how to conquer it as well. Do we agree? If you conquer poverty, you know what you did that brought you out of poverty. So it will not be difficult for you to bring other people out of poverty with that experience. That is the main reason why warfare, the believer is allowed to go through warfare, so that the things you go through, by the time you surmount it, it will culminate into power. It will culminate into authority. It will be like a badge that is placed upon you in the spirit. That is how we grow in power in the spirit. You grow in rank by the things you subdue, by the wars you conquer, by the fight that you win. This is why Paul said in Galatians 6:17, he said, henceforth, let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body what? The marks of the Lord Jesus. He has fought battles in his name. Battles came to him that could make him change his confession. He went through things that could make him compromise at different levels, but he stood his ground. And to him, it became a badge in the spirit. So when he was tried, he invoked it. He said, henceforth, let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the mark of the Lord Jesus. Whatever you are going through, it's not meant to consume you. Because part and parcel of the protocol of life is that men will go through warfare, and through that, the things they go through, they will become a powerful individual. He or she will become a powerful individual. That experience will serve as a badge that separates you before the immortals. Many people don't like battles because they don't know that life is warfare. Apostle used to teach us. He said, life is not funfair. Life is not a playground. He said, life is a battlefield. If you understand this, at least by now you will know that life does not give you what you deserve. It gives you what you demand.